Yeah, this is a water pump removal and installation 2010 Suzuki sx4. It tried to say that you had to jack up both sides, pull both wheels, and pull the whole front clip, all that stuff off. You do not. It did say that you have to take the exhaust manifold out, but if you got skinny arms and you're halfway smart, you don't have to do that. The main reason probably being this is the new water pump that's in. The main reason being this bypass line. Use a 10mm socket on that bolt right there for that. Make sure you get an O-ring for that, because the kit does not come with an O-ring. The water pump comes with an O-ring to mount to the block, but that's it. But after you get that, the fan, the overflow, this dipstick tube, 10mm socket on it right here where it bolts to the water pump, 10mm socket on it where it bolts to the oil pan, and that comes out of the way too. You have 3 bolts that hold the AC compressor on. You use a 12mm socket on them. You don't have to unhook any of these lines or anything, just kind of let it free hang out of the way. It only weighs a couple pounds. It's not going to hurt the lines, but moving it around makes it easier. And of course, I already had the serpentine belt taken off. I'm pretty much getting it all put back together now. You do have 3 bolts that hold that water pump in. Use the 12mm on them as well. As long as you get this stuff out of the way without having to pull this out, and as long as these hard lines can move around freely, you can finagle it out of there and then finagle it back in. But it's not too bad. I'd recommend just getting a regular clamp for that lower radiator hose. That thing was kind of a bitch getting back on. I didn't have one. The wire harness, you'll have to get that out of the way. You got one plug down on the AC compressor, then you have 2 over here. One's a knock sensor, the other one I believe is the camshaft sensor. And then it just unhooks right here, and you remove with a 12mm. You would remove that bolt. That bolts to the water pump. You got to remove it anyway, but then this whole wire harness will just get out of the way. Everything reverse. Installation is everything in reverse. So to get, I don't know if I said it, but to get this bolt out that you would use a 10mm on, I used a box wrench from below to crack it loose, and then I got a lawn extension with a 10mm socket on it to work it back out, and then I worked it back in. I guess if you have long skinny arms, it makes it a lot easier. If you got short arms or pretty thick arms, it might make it hard to do this without pulling the exhaust manifold out. But of course, after you put everything together, don't forget your grounding strap that goes right on this location. So I just got it over here out of the way for right now. But it wasn't as bad as I thought. So, but anyway, hopefully that helps everyone out, because I had to kind of crack at this myself. But have a good day.